Yeah, it's crazy. And it is, it's National Freaking Ice Cream Day. Paul, you're going to be kidding me. Are you going to do what I think you're going to do? Like, right? Yes, I am. It is season 3, episode 29, National Ice Cream Day. I love when the stars align, and I love it even more when they align with ice cream. And yes, we're doing an ice cream cocktail. Can you an ice cream cocktail out there? There is. There's more than one, but I can only make one. But I'm going to give you one tonight. Folks, it's time. And you keep pushing so close, I feel like I'm getting backed up. Why are you hovering over me? Give me some
so cool.
ice cream shirt.
I know.
All right. 3, episode 29. It's ice cream day. We're going in. Blue Monkey Quarantina. Only business is monkey business and ice cream business. Are you ready? Let's do it, folks. Come on. Here we go. It's time. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Blue Monkey Quarantina. And here we are. Folks, welcome to another wonderful, amazing, horribly, poop show of an evening with us. Your ice cream cocktail for National Ice Cream. Nope. I can't show. I can't just before.
I'm gonna say though you can't.
No, folks, this isn't like some highfalutin show. We just wing it.
I'm promising you, most people are trying to figure out how we made it from Knoxville to here in time for the show.
Well, that's possible, but we're here. That's all that matters. So anyway, I can't tell you about 1940 until I go back to 1892. 1892, the Flowing Bowl, which sounds really weird, but it was a cocktail book. It does sound bad, doesn't it? Flowing Bowl. That sounds like a toilet. Yeah, right? Sounds like some sort of bathroom cleaner, you know.
Unless it's punch.
Well, the Flowing Bowl. William Schmidt, which sounds bad already, too. 1892. Anyway, cocktail book. He wrote it. Who cares? Here's why you care. It had 20 cocktail recipes in it that were dedicated to the use of ice cream in 1892. Yeah, this isn't anything new. 1892. Fast forward, 1927, and we had Here's How, another cocktail book. You know this one because I've told you about it, W.C. Whitfield. And in that one, he also had cocktails using ice cream. One of the great ones he had in there was called the Glorious Fourth. Paul, why didn't you do that one on the 4th of July? Because I just learned about it in my 8 minutes today. Could have been amazing, but you can't have ice cream and
St. John.
It melts. It's like, no.
They have soft ice there.
Yeah, it's soft. It's wet ice. Anyway, the Glorious Fourth, which is brandy and rum and ice cream, sounds delicious.
Yeah, it does.
1892. Fast forward, go to 1930, and we have the Savoy cocktail book, which, again, we know that one. That's Harry Craddock. And Harry Craddock, he also had ice cream cocktails, including the White Cargo. And the White Cargo was gin, white wine, and ice cream. I know, Paul, why have you not done these? Well, I'm lazy, and I don't like mixers and blenders and all of that, which leads me into the next part that you have to understand about how this all came about, because the other piece you have to understand is the blender. So 1884, James Tufts, right? Yeah, James Tufts, 1884, he creates the lightning shaker. It is a hand crank blender. 1884, first patent. That's who comes up with it. Now, go a little further. 1922, you have Stephen Poplawski from Poland. And he actually takes the hand crank, the lightning shaker, and makes it electric, boogie woogie. And that is our first electric mixer. But it gets better because in 1925, just a few years later, we have a gentleman, Frederick Osias. Frederick Osias creates the Cyclone Drink Mixer. These are fantastic names. I just got to tell you. So the Cyclone Drink Mixer by Mr. Osias, 1925, that's our patent. It's electric. It's amazing. And that is really the blender that we know today. But there's one more thing you need to know about Mr. Osias. He didn't want to use his name when he made it. So he actually took two of his employees, brought them into the mix, and he wanted them to be part of this. So he brought in Lewis Hamilton and Chester Beach to create what we now know as Hamilton Beach. And that was our first main blender in the world. Is that not the coolest thing in the world? And this is from a drunk guy in the middle of the afternoon / evening. Who knows? We could have recorded this 4 days ago.
But we didn't.
But we didn't. That would make sense. And we don't do that. No, we just bust our butt to get back in time from Knoxville, Tennessee, and we put a show together. And here we are. So here's what we know so far. One. No. There's one more piece you have to do. So I've told you about James Tufts. I've told you about Poplawski. I've told you about Osias. I've told you about Hamilton Beach. One thing that you need to know about all of them. They are all from one city. Can you believe this? Yeah, they're all from Racine, Wisconsin. All of them. The blender that we know today is Racine, Wisconsin. Here's the other thing you need to know about Wisconsin. This is Dairyland. If they can put milk and cheese and ice cream in anything, they're going to freaking do it. They will shove that dairy anywhere they can put it. So, here's what happens. Back to the very beginning, 1940, we got a guy, and he says, I got a blender. I got dairy. If there's some way I could incorporate alcohol, I think I'd have a home run. And he does. So, 1940, Madison, Wisconsin, and we're at Bryant's Cocktail Lounge, and he creates the Pink Squirrel, which is the epitome of any sort of cocktail, ice cream, milkshake deliciousness that you can have in your life. And that's what we're doing tonight. We're doing quarantine style Pink Squirrel cocktail. Now, here's the beauty of it. It is a simple drink. Here's why. It's only 3 ingredients. Let me tell you what they are. They're creme de cacao, creme de noyau, I'll get to it, and ice cream. That's it. It's beautiful. It's deliciousness in a glass, and you're going to have it in a second. Now, go back to these only 2 liqueurs that are in it. First of all, creme de cacao. We've used it. There's 2 versions of it. There is what's called the white and the dark. White is clear, and you got to use the clear tonight. And this is from the cocoa bean. And if you don't know this, this is from the 1600s is when it first started. And there are people that believe that this is possibly the oldest liqueur that was ever made.
Really?
From the cocoa bean. Yeah. Because it's a pure liqueur. Who cares? Now this one, this bad boy. So the creme de noyau. So out of this whole drink, the only thing that's hard to do is probably to find this. Because it's not a popular liqueur anymore. So this is an almond liqueur, but here's what you need to understand. It's not made from almonds.
What?
Yeah, mind blown. So creme de noyau is actually made from the pits of either cherries, apricots, peaches, and from that. But those, when you make them in the liqueur, they have an almond flavor. Just so you know, amaretto, which we've talked about before, is another one. Amaretto, which is an almond liqueur as well, also made from apricot and cherry pits. Now, sometimes you'll use bitter almonds, but not always. So this isn't unusual. But what is unusual is that when you make this, it is a red liqueur. And, well, guess what? Red, white vanilla ice cream. Yeah, you know where we're heading. Pink and Squirrel. So, for God's sakes, Paul, if just make the drink, I'm going to make it right now. No ice. You don't need it tonight, folks. We're coming in, and here's all you do. It is 1 ounce. Recipe is already up. I love it. 1 ounce of the white creme de cacao. Cacao! So I'm going to go 2 total. 1 for me, 1 for Shelby.
Yes, please.
And then we're coming in with 1 ounce, 2 total, because we're making 2 drinks, of the creme de noyau. Again, hardest thing about the drink is finding this. By the way, when you do find it, just plan on a big party of making pink squirrels, because there's really not any other cocktails. There's one other cocktail that I can find. It's called the Old Atonia. I don't even know how you make it, but the Old Atonia is the only other cocktail that has creme de noyau. Who cares, Paul? And then the last thing is before it's about 1 ounce, so that's 1, and then now there's 2, and then we're going to go with some melted 3, and then here, and I have questions or somebody asking. Shelby's got a hand up. I'm not sure. Yes.
So if you're making a lot of
Yes.
pink squirrels, do you know what a gathering of squirrels are?
Shelby, tell me what a gathering of squirrels is.
A quora.
A quora.
So you'd be making a quora of pink squirrels.
We would be making a pink quora.
Correct.
Folks, here we go. And before this night's over, I believe Shelby and I will have a pink quora, which sounds, well, you let your minds wander, folks. But Paul's having a pink quora tonight. Anyway, it's all in here. Now, you can throw it into a blender if you're a big fan of Hamilton and Beach, or, but let me tell you, old school, when they didn't have blenders, they would mix this up with a spoon and just mash it up. Or you can get a little mixing ball, throw that in. Wait, but Paul, tell me there's more. Folks, there's always more. Because as great as this all is, here's what I can tell you. James Tufts, Stephen Poplawski, yeah, that's right. Frederick Osiris, yeah. The one thing that they messed up on is they didn't have emergency. Emergency, folks. Making pink squirrels, orange year, since 40, 20, anyway, a little, but we got to put a little bit in. Anyway, we got our orange goodness in there. Then you're coming in, folks, and you're going to give this a good shake. Now, you're really going to have to give this a shake because you got a little ice cream in there. It's going to take a little while. Wait till your hands are a little numb from the and cold goodness. That's pretty good.
Another word is scurry or dray. Gather squirrels, by the way.
A lot of squirrels going on. I will tell you that right now.
Pretty cool.
And then we're coming in. I'm only using this so I don't get a shaker ball in my glass. Oh, look at that. We do have the split cam.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, my goodness. It's the same color as your shirt.
Look at this. Folks, I'm telling you what. However, what I would pick, if I could pick a garnish, would be some Luxardo cherries. I would probably 4 of these. Keeping track. And 1, 2 for Shelby's. It's a quora of squirrels.
We're going to go with scurry.
Scurry?
Yeah.
You like the scurry
I
of
like the
squirrels?
scurry.
All right. Before the night's over, we'll have the scurry of squirrels. Folks, there it is. That is your pink squirrel. That shirt is pink, isn't it?
It is.
Folks, look at this. Ooh. Ooh. Cheers, chink. Now, is it delicious? I mean, it's got to be. It's got ice cream. So immediately,
Almond and cacao. How
right?
could it not be incredible?
Oh my goodness.
And you've avoided a blender still.
Fantastic. No blender in this bar. They're still broken, Hamilton Beach. Folks, unbelievable. This is, it's sweet. So it's definitely the almond, that nutty flavor. It's a bit nutty. But then that chocolate, the cacao, delicious. Folks, this is your summer refresher. I would mix it up by the blender, especially if you buy a giant bottle of creme de noyo. Yeah, get yourself sick off of.
Make yourself a scurry of.
Scurry of pink
Squirrels.
Yeah, scurry. It's a pink scurry is what we're having this evening. A pink quarantine scurry. Folks, here it is. I hope you enjoy it. It is delicious. Oh my goodness. Oh, so good. I will leave you with this. So some folks, I know they're going to come at me and they're going to say, Paul, I'm really trying to watch my calories and the ice cream. Do you have any suggestions on what to do? Yeah, stop drinking alcohol, folks, because nothing that we do in this bar is healthy or calorie friendly. But you could possibly make this using some cream or some fat-free milk substitute. I wouldn't do it, but you could do it. I would put a little ice. If I was going to go skim.
No, actually, if we were going dairy-free, what would we do? We have some friends.
We have some dairy-free. So I would go with some sort of almond milk substitute. I would put ice. You got to go blender.
Yeah.
Throw everything in, and then I'd blend it up to give that frothiness. And you could have what's a vegetarian squirrel called? You got one for me there? No?
Actually, a squirrel, because squirrels are vegetarians.
You heard it here first, folks. Squirrels are vegetarians. So, yeah, you can have a scurry, a pink vegetarian scurry. Folks, Here it is. Cheers. Love you. There it is. We'll see you next week, same time.
Oh, but you are going to be somewhere different next.
Oh, we have a travel show.
No, you have a travel show.
Yeah, so folks, this is going to be interesting. If you want to see a real poop show, next week could be it, because I will be on my own. Because I am
Sans producer.
Sans producer. Who knows? I have no idea what we're going to do. But you know what? We'll figure it out. It's going to be, I got a week to figure it out. Folks, love you. Subscribe, tune in, help support those kids. Remember, we're still getting coats for them. I know you kind of forget because you're drinking all the time, but there is a purpose to the show. Anyway, love you. See you next week. Night.